Here's my 2007 Dodge Charger RT. Got the 5.7 Hemi. Got about 80,000 miles on this car. Uh, the reason I'm making this video is number one, just because I've been wanting to do it anyway, but there's not a lot of videos. I've seen one, maybe two on YouTube of the actual Road and Track package edition. There's a lot of RTs out there, a lot of base model cars, but none that actually look like this. I see them out on the road all the time, and I've been trying to do a lot of research to find the videos of people, doing a little in-depth walk around about it, and just hadn't been able to do it, so figured I'd make my own. Got this car back in January earlier this year with about 55,000 miles on it. I really don't have any complaints about this car. It's a beautiful, beautiful car. Um, Very fast, of course, with the Hemi. You're gonna have that. Really don't have anything to note about the exterior besides, got the 20-inch chrome clad wheels. Uh, they're not chrome, of course. They are plastic, but they do shine up very nice. And looking to get some new ones here soon because these are getting a little bit faded. Cats with straights to 4-inch Borla tips. It's pretty nasty, guys. Sounds pretty loud. One of the nicest cars I've ever heard, and I'm not just saying that because it's mine. Like, really, I love the way this car sounds. Got the badass RT logos. It's got the RT logo in the grill too, with the honeycomb grill. Hemi badge, of course. Yeah, man, it's pretty straightforward on the outside. Got the brilliant black metallic pearl paint. The person that had this car before I did, I'm the second owner of it, and they didn't take very good care of the paint. There's a lot of scratches in it, and there's a lot of swirl marks where somebody either ran it through a car wash. It was just, had a bunch of rocks trapped in it or something, but they just didn't take too good care of the paint, and I try to do it and try to keep it looking as good as I can. At night, it looks brilliant. It really does stand out above a lot of the other cars rolling around here. But you know, daytime, sun starts hitting it, you can see a little bit of the flaws. But a car with nearly 100,000 miles is going to have flaws. I don't care if you know. Take a little look on the inside here. Typical gauges, nothing fancy. I like them because they look sporty, but some people pay more attention to details than others, and everybody's gonna have something to say about everything. It's got all the electronic, speed, RPMs, engine temperature, all that stuff. Running a Diablo Sport Trinity T1000 in this car. I got a 93 octane tune on it right now. No cold air intake. Changed my shift point, shift firmness. Rev limiter's been deleted. Traction control has been deleted permanently. Base model radio, nothing fancy there. Dual knob, 60th CD changer. Cassette player, no auxiliary, which sucks, but I'm hoping to get a new Kenwood here soon. So dual climate control, heat and air, of course, rear defogger. I don't really get the point of dual climate control in a very enclosed space, but it's cool to have it, I guess. Dual heated seats, which is a biggie for me because getting up, going to work in the mornings, it makes it a lot easier. It's just a good luxury to have. 5-speed automatic transmission with bump shift. One of my favorite features, I've got to say, because I drive in bump shift a lot. It does drink gas, folks. Let me tell you, it's firsthand. I know it's just because these cars have the option to where when you're just cruising, it does turn to a 4-cylinder car, and saves you a little bit of gas, but when you're riding around in bump shift, it does not. It's just permanent hot rod. Seats, you can barely see them. Sorry, because it's dark. I apologize for that. But the seats have the RT emblem stitched into the back of the seat right here. And it does have red stitching all around the seats. Even in the back has red stitching, which is nice. The leather on suede, I can't really complain. And I just got to point out, guys, for a sedan, it really doesn't get any better than this. These are Viper replica seats, and I mean they're pretty much the closest thing to a Recaro seat that you're going to get. I mean, you punch it in a corner about 70 miles an hour, and it's going to wrap you up like a cocoon. It's going to hug you, and you're going to feel like a total race car. I'm just pointing that out there. And when I bought this car, you know, you don't think about that stuff till you actually start driving it, but you know, it's just another luxury, man, and it's another reason why Dodge is, you know, they're impressive. Got the sunroof, moonroofs, whatever you want to call it, whatever you have it. Tilt and fully functional, does slide back. I ride with it tilted a lot because I just think it's, you know, it looks pretty cool. Yeah, for the interior, that's just about it. I'll go ahead and start it up for you. Definitely not a cold start. I'm about 15 minutes away from my house, so it did have time to warm up. Got the good sound system in it. I don't think it's anything fancy. It's just a factory get up, but it does sound very good. Go around the outside, pop the hood. About that. Nothing fancy going on up under the hood, you know. The cover, you know, covers a lot of that intake and stuff up, and it does look pretty good, I must say. It's the baby 5.7, but don't let it fool you. The badges are there for a reason, folks. I run with the fog lights on with this car a lot. I think it looks pretty badass when they're running like that. They look like HIDs in the camera, I'm sorry, but they're not. They're just regular bulbs. Yeah, I mean, I really don't have anything major to note about the car. I'll give you a little clip of the exhaust here. I'll do my best I can on this. Like I said, it just sounds pretty nasty, folks. Driving around in bump shift, it gets pretty loud around 4 grand. Gonna do a little straight 0 to 100 here. The car will spin a little bit because these tires are pretty worn out. I've got Toyo Proxys 4s on it, and they were brand new when I got them on the car, but I just had entirely too much fun in it, and it just burned them off, man. But I'm gonna try to get a little, you know, good clip of the exhaust while it's going down the road anyways. And yeah, it's nothing fancy, just a 5.7 straight kick. Here we go. just made a lot of smoke back there, people. But man, you can't let anybody tell you that these cars, even though they're not the SRT8, they're not a 392 car, you know, you can't let anybody tell you that these cars are a joke, because I'm telling you, man, you know, even it's tricky to say, because before I put the Diablo on this car, it didn't, even though it has the Hemi, it didn't really have the ass that it does now. And I mean, I say that with all honesty, because that thing woke this car up completely. Like, it did not have anywhere near the punch and the get up that it does now. I mean, it would barely spin the tires over, and I mean, when it did, you'd have to make it. So, you know, I'm a firm believer in the Diablo Sport, but these motors are, you know, they're so restricted from the factory, and there's so many things that they don't really want you to get your hands on, because it can, you know, get a little out of hand. But anyway, enough of that kind of talk. Yeah, man, 2007 Dodge Charger. Really nothing more I can say about it, man. This car speaks for itself. You know, I love this car. I was really into the Challengers, still am into the Challengers, and I really wanted one before I got this car. It grew on me, man. These cars, you know, they have a lot more of an aggressive look, to me they do anyways, you know, than the Challenger does. There's a lot more room, and this car definitely turns heads. Like, I didn't think out of a sedan that you could get that kind of, even though it's not a BMW, it's not a Jaguar, it's not, you know, a top of the line automobile. It will still turn heads, and you know, a lot of that has to do with the sound too, man, because it just kind of demands your attention. But that's kind of what, you know, that Dodge Charger Challenger iconic thing is, man. I love it, and I'll always drive Mopar. I love Chevrolet too, but you know, it's just Dodge has got that, you know, that thing about it. It just stands alone. But anyway, enough talk, man. You've seen the car, and I appreciate you watching. If any questions, comments about the car, you know, feel free to comment. And please subscribe to my channel, please, because I'll have more videos coming. I've got a few buddies that got some badass cars, and I really want to get some videos of them showing their cars off, doing some cool shit. And anyways, man, yeah, thanks for watching. Guys, before I forget, for anybody that's interested, you know, in buying one of these cars or whatever, I actually forgot to mention that this car does have a telescopic steering wheel, power seats, and power pedals, you know, just for your own comfort adjustment or whatever. And the back seats do fold down for more luggage space and whatnot. You know, some people could give a shit less, but just in case you're watching this video and you're interested in buying one, just that's another helpful thing to know. But anyway, thanks.